Greetings and salutations, my name is Deku Druid, and welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40k Dawn of War Winter Assault. Last time we left off, we found out we were playing as the Cadian Guard, which was really cool for me because I didn't realize they were going to be the stars of this particular show, but I'm appreciative of it all the same. The mission was very interesting last time. We actually, rather than what we played through as when we were playing the Blood Angels, we ended up switching halfway through to the Ulthwé Eldar, who I did do a bit of research about, and fun fact, they're actually kinda similar to the Cadian Guard in a lot of ways. Not by species, or religion, or belief, or in any of the ways that actually matter to the humans, but, you know, they're similar in ways we can understand as the players and appreciators of the 40k universe. Sorry, I read the burn the heretic, kill you, purge the unclean part as I was talking about their similarities, so that'll make sense later. I might talk about them if we get to play as them again. Anyway, today we are kicking off with jumping straight into the second mission. Hopefully it's as exciting as the first one was. I really enjoyed the sort of assaulting the fortress type thing because it really made me feel like from the human's perspective, so I'm hoping today we get some more of that sort of human vulnerability type stuff. So let's get straight to it. Oh, right, last time we left off, we also found out that there was apparently some Ultramarines crashed with the Titan crew, and we're here to pick up a Titan. For those of you who aren't aware, a Titan is a walking demigod mech thing made by the Mechanicus. I think a lot of them are from the Dark Age of Technology. They were built in that period and the Emperor reclaimed them. I think some of them might have been made during the Great Crusade as well. I'm not entirely sure about the actual construction periods of them. But we are all going on a rescue mission to actually save some Astartes of the Ultramarines, who happen to be Guilliman's children. Guilliman being one of the Primarchs.
Weather fiercer storms than this. Hold the line, damn you! You will not embarrass the Emperor today by dying! Watch your flanks and protect the Titan's crew! There! More come to die!
Chaos. Orcs. Our work is clear.
Indeed. The Thunderhawk crashed nearby, and it is to us to reach Chaplain Varnus and his Space Marines. More importantly, we must save the Titan's crew. To this task, all considerations, even our lives, are secondary.
I would have it no other way.
Oh, alrighty. Okay, we've got ourselves some guard here, so we're looking very human. Ooh, I wish I could keep the Valkyrie. That would be really cool. Real quick, just reminding myself of the controls. Yep, there's Alt. Very good. Sweeto. Alright, I'm not sure precisely what we'll be playing as this time, like what situation, but I feel like we're running a rescue operation, so I'm curious as to, like, how we'll be manning this rescue operation. Should be pretty interesting. We're going with the Commissar and Priest for the moral support and close range combat specialty. And we're fighting orcs, so that'll be fun. I also saw the Ultramarines were fighting Chaos, so it seems like we're really fighting against the forces of quote-unquote disorder here, which is still a silly name to me, but it is what it is. Look at that barbed wire. That's cool. This is what I meant when I said looking at things from the human perspective, because, like, humans, the Astra Militarum, they have a purpose for barbed wire, you know? Like, they need to put up those quick defenses by themselves, those few extra seconds against the Green Horde or the Tyranids. It won't really do anything to stop an Eldar or an actual Chaos Marine or even a Greater Demon, but, you know, barbed wire is barbed wire for a human, and that matters. I really love the structures as well, like how they look, you know, that looks human.
These maps date back to the first Imperial garrison stationed here. They speak of underground tunnels that run through the area and connect the bunkers. We can use these tunnels to our advantage.
Heck yeah, tunnels and bunkers. Oh, this is going to be a straight trench warfare. I'm loving it. When we were playing as the Space Marines, we did a bit of street combat and we did some fighting in the wilds, but we never really got to experience, like, some honest-to-God open field firefights. Sorry, honest to the Emperor open field firefights. Yeah, I am enjoying this so far. Winter Assault has a very cool aesthetic that I really enjoy. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, you just literally send troops over, pick them out. Nice.
Those defense nests
All
are
right.
of a considerable advantage. If we can seize command of them, we can gain the upper hand and vanquish the Emperor's foes far more effectively.
Okay, so we're capturing our own defenses. That's interesting. Alright, I don't know if we're going to have reinforcements come from that direction, and if we do, I don't want them to be caught unawares, so we'll leave these guys here for now. We're going to throw them on stand ground stance so they won't chase after anything, but they will shoot anything that comes close. Send some more reinforcements in. The Acadian commander Strun is an absolute unit. Like, he's definitely had some bio-augments. That's something I can talk about, actually, because I know a little bit about that. Humans... The term human in the 41st millennium actually does have a little bit of leeway to it. For example, the term mutant is used in a lot of negative connotations, but the thing is, there's also abhumans. Abhumans are human species that originate from human but have diversified in a little way. There's a, they used to be called stunties, but they're called something else now. Squats. They used to be called squats.
We did it, sir.
Sorry, that was my orc. My love for orcs bled through there a bit.
You heard the man. Jump
They
through.
used to be called squats, and they're literally 40k dwarves. I think those are shooter boys, yeah. We don't want to get into a range fight with shooter boys. I think they still win, technically, because their guns are bigger.
Executing your orders, sir.
But yeah, as I was saying, the term human, it does actually have a little bit more leeway than you would originally think. I know for a fact that the squats are a group of abhumans now, and I think they're coming back. I haven't looked into it at all, but I think the squats are making a return, which is interesting, because lore-wise, I think the squats have been out of action for a while in 40k. Alright, dope. We got a field command now, so we're gonna stop building up. Gentlemen,
Wisely.
I want that captured now. Actually, I'm not gonna put them onto immediate capture, because I don't know what else is gonna be there, but... my favorite type of abhuman are the Ogren, who I've never hid my affection for. The Ogren are, they grew up on a planet with, sorry, they didn't grow up, they evolved on a planet of really dense gravity, and it's not entirely biological. Very few things are in this 41st millennium, but they are interesting for the fact that while they're not super intelligent, they are super faithful, and they're just very charming. They have a sort of like childlike innocence in a way, and they really do care about the Emperor and their fellow men. So there's a lot of reasons to like the Ogren. I know there's also Ratlings. Ratlings are like 40k halflings. Like, I don't know a lot about them, but I know they're terrifying. They're really good at running on vents and in hive cities and stuff. They have their place in the... Essentially, they do have their place in 40k, and that place is being an absolute nuisance in close quarters combats.
For every one of us who falls,
God damn. Alright, that gets us that. I want that upgrade now, please. That's good. Alright, we're gonna run this guy back, reinforce our points, and move up periodically. This is good, this is good. We've got our boys, they're shooting, they're covering each other. We've got, okay, Chaos Space Marines, those are a bit stronger than your average boys. I see what I've done here. I've accidentally put the Commissar... Oh no, he should be on range combat. I don't know why he's running in. But he's dead now, so it's a moot point. That's alright, we'll work around it. Okay, this is where upgrading our guns is going to become real important. Gonna grab another priest to keep that morale up. Yeah, see, las rifles, no competition against the bigger weapons. So we're gonna rush back here real quick. Ooh, no. We're gonna do that. Drop him there. And then quickly, once that's finished building, requisition. Right, because we haven't got listening posts yet. Okay, we're going to pull back to some craters here and take advantage of the defense. For now, they have stalled our advance, but that's fine. We'll work around it. You guys need to stay there for now. Ah, tell me about it, mate. If we had some basilisks, this mission would probably be a lot easier. Oh, wow. Okay, they have a lot of... They are throwing the whole tide of red at us. Okay, luckily our guns seem... They're not focusing on our guns, they're focusing on our leader, who has a lot of health, which is good for us. Okay, even if they all focus on him, that's fine, because we'll let our guns do the talking for us. Ah, man, I just wanted to talk about ratlings, you know? I was happily minding my business. There. Okay. We've got guns coming, so we can move these guys up. I really like the idea of these tunnels. Makes me want to play on a Krieg's map. Speaking of abhumans, they're technically abhuman, I think, if you squint, because they are clones, I believe. I'm not sure about that, actually. I might need to fact-check myself on that one, but Kriegsmarine, if I remember correctly, are actually grown in mechanical vats. So, the reason, which is what allows them to be so disposable with their troops. That and the obscene degree of fanaticism that the Kriegsmarine subscribes to. They're born believing that they owe the Emperor a debt that they can only pay with their own lives, which gives them a degree of fanaticism in combat that is nearly unrivaled. Cadians, by comparison, have just an intense degree of discipline and loyalty. This is... but Cadians, as far as I'm aware, are pretty much human. Although, I'm not sure what their degree of psychery is, because they do live really close to the Eye of Terror, so for all I know, they might have a very high potential chance of producing psychers.
Initiating construction.
Man, we're really feeling the lack of generators right now. I might need to get myself a second Mechanicus to make up for this fact. Okay. What we're gonna do is put ourselves into full defensive position. This should hopefully help us hold out. This is going to be a bit of a slugfest. If this map really is going to be trench warfare, and going off this what I'm seeing here, it's looking like we're going to have to deal with an orc fortress, or at least an orc barricade. Definitely a lot of craters, and it looks barbed wire. So I am thinking this is going to be based. This is going to be taking a lot of inspiration from trench warfare. In which case, we are going to be feeling it. We are going to be vibing with the pain. But that's alright, because we can work around it. I need somewhere to put Jenny's. Actually, that's perfect. Yep. Stop building our Jenny's there. We need more requisition points, so we need to build one there. And that'll also give us another defensive structure. We'll upgrade that one first, I feel like. So there's the Squats, who I think they've got a new name now, but I'll have to lore check that. Squats, Ratlings, Ogren. I don't know if this is true. I'm pretty sure, like I said, there's a lot about 40k that I don't know about. There might be cat girls. I think they're called Felonins, or Felonids, or something. But they might be canonical cat girls in 40k. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong, if it was just a joke someone told me. But if it's true, that's hilarious. Because this is meant to be a Grimdark universe. But how Grimdark can it be if you have savage cat girls? Back on a serious note, another type of abhuman that people don't really think about is actually Space Marines. Space Marines would technically qualify as abhumans, due to the fact that a Space Marine is a human that has been implanted with gene seed, which changes their genetic makeup, and they are also go through a rigorous degree of modification, both biological and technically cybernetic in a lot of cases. I'm not sure to what degree the full modifications are, but I do know that the modifications, by the time they're done, that Space Marines can do everything from steal memories by eating brains to producing acidic spit that can eat through metal. So they very much earn their title as Abhuman. This is getting a little bit painful down here. We might grab... No. Let's get an even spread. There is strength and balance, is what we're going to go with for that. What's another type of I don't know if there's any other types of Abhuman that I'm forgetting. I guess Psychers might be cool. I'm not sure if Psychers qualify as Abhuman. They should. They definitely should. I don't know if I'm forgetting any others. I don't think I am. Yeah, so you know, the term it's an interesting fact that the term human is flexible considering how Puritan the race, the Imperium of Man can be. That they allow for such flexibility in their own ranks. I find it interesting, at least. It's weird to see a group of dogmatic individuals display such a degree of relaxation about a topic that they should, for all intents and purposes, be like literally ripping out their own hair to protect and preserve. Gonna do that. Okay, Commissar. We're going to connect to them. Guess we could talk a little bit about Commissars. Commissars have a very important part in the Astra Militarum. Their duty is an unenviable one, but one that matters all the same. They have a responsibility to encourage their troops to hold the line or advance no matter what. If this means making an example of cowardly troops, they will do so. But that's but the types of commissars you have also can vary greatly. For example, Cadian commissars, they probably have to hold the line through fear or through respect. It doesn't just have to be. They don't just have to be cold-hearted, brutal murderers who rule over their troops with an iron fist. It could be a matter of them keeping their troops in line through a
Orders received and understood.
Sorry, I just had to catch my breath there and regather my train of thought. It could be that they hold their troops in line and together through a degree of respect and camaraderie, or just talent and skill. And it could be that the leadership style differs greatly depending on what planet they come from. For example, a Cadian Garban, like I said, he might rule through discipline, respect, or fear as necessary. Or, as an example, what if you had a Kriegskommissar? A Kriegsman Commissar, his job would probably be much more unique, as he would be tasked with the duty of ensuring that his troops do not rush into combat prematurely. Because Kriegsmen have a sort of first-to-die mentality. They want to be the first to throw themselves into the field of combat and be the first one to spill their own blood on said field. So, for a Kriegskommissar, maybe their job is a lot more akin to holding their troops back and staying them until the right time, not letting them fix bayonets and jump the trench. A sort of calming or disciplinary instructor rather than one who operates through maintaining his troops' conviction in the field of combat. Kill the guys. There we go. Yeah, this is some good combat. Those are definitely power claws. Psyker's going nuts. I just want to stop the troops from spawning, if we can. Preserve my guys' life expectancies. What's another good group? Katakan? They're pretty famous as far as the Astra Militarum goes. I don't know what a Katakan Commissar would do. I assume it would have to be a lot like a regular Commissar, but a Katakan Commissar is a Commissar who's grown up on a death world, on a jungle planet where literally everything wants to kill you. And the Katakan jungle fighters are considered some of the best guerrilla tactics users. They're great at stealth, they're great at sabotage. So I'm not entirely sure what a Katakan jungle fighter commissar would have to deal with on the regular, as their troops would probably already have a... I suppose their mindset might be more... They might have an alternative mindset as well, I suppose. Katakan jungle fighter is probably wouldn't shy away from frontline combat, but you would have to have a sort of more... Maybe they operate their troops differently in a sense that they focus more on securing objectives. Maybe they're more aggressive in their combat structure as they are used to hunting colossal predators that could threaten even a Space Marine. I'm not sure. I've never actually put much thought into what a Katakan commissar would look like. I'm sure there are some pretty famous ones though. Like I'm getting images of that dude with the metal arm, whose name I cannot for the life of me remember right now. Oh my god, that's a lot of blood. We've got the plasma jennies up, we've got turrets, so our backline is defended, so we don't have to worry about someone sneaking up behind us. Once we capture this point, we should get access to these guns, and we can gain access to another infantry command. Fantastic. Oh, here they come. Now, hopefully our boys can handle this, because if they can't handle this, that's a problem.
So shall it be done. I shall hurry. I shall hurry.
Oh, cool! If you put troops inside of it, they can shoot from inside. I had no idea. Oh, that deserves further investigation. Yee! Now I'm glad I covered our backline. Wah, bwah, 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 bwah. There we go.
I will walk now. Let me inspire our men.
There it is.
The end of days is upon them.
Yep. So we're gonna move in a sort of very orderly system of combat here. We're gonna have a firing line of these guys, and we're gonna use these guys as bait to try and pull aggro. If we can lure the enemy in, all the better, because that way our guard back here will be able to support us.
It shall be so. You have chosen wisely. On my mark, on my sword it shall be done. Orders received and understood.
Yeah, see, just then you heard one of our Marines shout glory to the first men to die. That mentality, that embodies, Kate, that embodies a Krieg Marine.
Let me inspire our men. To battle! I stand ready to serve the Emperor. You have chosen.
Oh, that's a problem.
I stand ready to serve the Emperor. Taking hate! What would you have me do? You honor me, the Emperor. It will be done. What would you have me do?
Okay, we're about to have a bunch of orcs come in, I think, which means it's time for me to get...
Thank you, machine
We might
spirit.
need some
I am
repairing
faithful.
and some
The
reinforcement
machine
done.
spirits are willing.
Okay, so Chaos and the orcs are fighting. That's good for us.
An easy matter for one of my skill.
Objective secured. What now?
I'll take care of it, Lord. I will ease the machine's fate.
Yep, I didn't think that would hold out. Oh, no.
One of my skill. The machine spirits
I need him out of the way.
What is a challenge worthy of my skill?
What would you have?
Oh, this is gonna get meaty. Oh, wait, are those knobs? They are. Oh my god. We've got to fight now. Time for the Psyker's abilities. Nice. Okay. Oh, maybe I was premature with the reinforcements. It seems once the knobs got taken care of, they really pulled themselves back. That's impressive. Not bad.
Let me inspire our men. You honor me.
That's really good. Alright, well, we'll capture that point there then. We gotta replace that turret we lost. Can we, please? Yes, we can. Fantastic. Very nice. Alright. That was intense. I was not sure we were going to pull that one off, honestly. That's why I started building the reinforcements. But they have a use all the same. I'm not sure which is better, honestly. Grenades seem to have better range, but the plasma pistols can be used up close. So let's execute when stationary.
It's my duty to serve. Sir, yes, sir.
Interesting. Alright. Not sure what the best way to go about using those to their full potential is, but I'll work it out later. Yeah, we kept both commissars. That is impressive. You are done there. Get us that up and running. Okay.
Where is his will needed?
Boys are back in
You
town.
have chosen
Let's march.
wisely. I stand ready to serve the Emperor.
I want to capture this point back here, and then I want to quickly scope out down here. Actually, it might be better to go this way.
I will not fail. You honor me.
Take the objective.
Oh, wow. Okay, this one's free. Nice. Don't even have to fight for it.
I am on it.
Which means we can just send Red Boy here to go take care of it.
My skill.
What's another type of thing we can talk about? There's so many interesting topics with the Astra Militarum. For example, their relationship with the Mechanicus. The Mechanicus are technically separate from the Imperium of Man in the grand scheme of things. While they do consider themselves close, tight-knit allies, and they're basically intertwined with the Imperium of Man, they are only intertwined in such a manner of speaking that at any point, though, they could very much just elect to stop helping the Imperium. In fact, it's one of the things that gets them into a lot of hot water, because the Mechanicus, they are allied with the Mechanicum only as long as it is beneficial to them. This comes about because back during the Great Crusade, I think like the very, very start of the Great Crusade, so after the Emperor has conquered Terra, he's made his sons, except then Chaos has gotten involved and jacked his children and kidnapped them, so Big E goes, fine, I'll do it myself. He sets off, first thing he conquers is our star system, Sol. Goes over to Mars, where he finds out the Mechanicus are still kicking. And the Mechanicus, though, have become the Mechanicus. The opposite of Luddites, they worship technology, and they worship intelligence and knowledge. Towards this end, though, they do not worship the Emperor, because at this point, the Emperor is devotedly atheist. Which is, I know, counterintuitive, but trust me, it makes sense. So, Big E, the man who would later become worshipped as a god, is so atheist, he literally burns down every church in Terra. In fact, one of my favorite bits of lore from the Warhammer 40k universe is The Last Church. It is an amazing piece. I highly recommend you check it out. Basically, Big E ends up getting into an actual philosophical, theological debate with a priest of this church, the last church on Terra. And it really, in my opinion, it gives you a good example of how we got where we are. Because once upon a time, Big E didn't want the whole world, the universe, as we know it, our galaxy, to be bathed in war. He had a plan, he had a dream, he had a goal. It just, everything went to shit. And that's why I like The Last Church, is because it gives you a glimpse at what should have been and what could have been. Other than that... Right, anyway, I was talking about the Mechanicus. So, we have a man who is the most powerful psyker known to it around. He's immortal, he's been around as long as humanity has, as far as most of us are aware. And he gets to Mars, and he finds them out that they have a religion. Now, this is the man who just got done purging religion from Terra, like obliterating it from existence. And he finds out Mars has the same issue. They are super religious, they worship, but their worship is of knowledge. They worship knowledge, they worship the gathering of intelligence. And they see the Emperor, this immortal entity who's been around for as long as humanity has, as far as they're aware, and they see him as a sort of messiah. They call him the Omnissiah, with the will of the Omnissiah, blah 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 blah. Thus, Mars is brought into the fold of the Great Crusade and joins the Imperium of Man.
We did it, sir. Where's our fire support?
From here, he would go on to do the rest of the Great Crusade, but this point matters. That right there, that is the first step, getting the Mechanicus on their side. And the Mechanicus would go on to be stalwart allies with the Big E and the rest of the Imperium, because, well, when you're talking about 40k, we talk about the big guns. Like, even right now, these massive guns we're using, the machine spirits that control them, if you're a Mechanicum, they matter. They win you the war. Take those away, and what do you have? You have a bunch of fleshy little humans wearing ceramite plates, if they're lucky, and getting shot at repeatedly by very big, angry aliens that can quite literally rip them apart with a disgusting amount of ease. So, the Mechanicus became crucial for this, because you also have to consider the fact that the Mechanicus themselves, back then, were indisposable, because this is the start of the Great Crusade. So here is Big E going about his quest to reunite all the worlds that were lost during the Dark Age of technology. This is basically when humanity's greatness kind of caught up to them, and they kind of ended up eating, excuse my language, they ended up eating shit for a very long time. Eventually Big E got it under control, and he ends up, during the Crusade, reuniting a lot of the galaxy, and, you know, things are going great, things are going good, the plan is working, and then the Horus Heresy happened, and that's how we ended up where we are today. In terms of 40k, that's how we ended up where we are today. But, yeah, the Mechanicus have been there since the start. They've been the hype boys for the Imperium, quite literally doing God's work. And it can't be understated how important they are to the Imperium, because they've become so intertwined that arguably the worst thing that could ever happen would be for the Mechanicus to pull away from the Imperium. If that were to happen, that's it. The Imperium would likely collapse in on itself, because they would go to the Imperium, the Inquisition, the High Lords of Terra, the Space Marines. They would go to war with the Mechanicus, saying, "No, you can't do this. You're not allowed to secede from the Imperium. Get back in here."
I will not fail.
If the Mechanicus resisted, they could put up a hell of a fight, because we're talking about every single piece of technology that is in the Imperium. The Mechanicus has their claws on it somewhere.
Those chimeras have seen better days, but with some field repairs, they should serve our needs.
Nice. Okay, we've got chimeras. Chimeras are transport tanks, so... oh, firing ports allow infantry to fire out while garrisoned inside. That is badass. Okay, so we've got 3 chimeras. We've got... oh, we'll have to get some extra... I want to get another squad of infantry, then, to capitalize on that. Yeah, alright. So, you have the Mechanicus, and if they were to pull away, like I said, it would probably be the end of the Imperium. It would be the last straw. It would be the straw that breaks the camel's back. But what's interesting to think of in that hypothetical is that the Mechanicus would put up a ridiculous fight, because every piece of technology in the Imperium does have some influence for the Mechanicus, and this is where it matters, because the Mechanicus have, as the Imperium devolved into their religious fanaticism as they have, which is completely against the Emperor's wishes, the Mechanicus changed from these allies who are religious by the grace of an atheist overlord into these religious fanatics that coexist with these other religious fanatics. And the saving grace that allows these two entities to cooperate is, in fact, that the Emperor was regarded as the Omnissiah. Even on the Golden Throne, Big E is still regarded as the Omnissiah. If this wasn't the case, if they were actually, like, at each other's throats still, it would be an issue. It would be an issue that would inevitably and ultimately end in the two ripping each other apart. Because the Imperium is just too dogmatic otherwise to allow the continued existence. We're gonna have to sacrifice him. I want that point, because something tells me that point's probably what's gonna get me access to what's up there. Yeah, basically you would just have two overly fanatic religious groups ripping each other to pieces. I need to put another turret up there. Fantastic. Great. Okay, capturing that did not give me what I wanted. That is disappointing. We're going to upgrade that to a rocket platform and use it to shoot across there and destroy that one. I probably could capture that somehow. There's definitely a way to do it. I'm just too lazy to go about doing it, and I don't want to waste the resources of all men, more aptly, to get that job done. That's finished building. Fantastic. You are getting into the tunnels in the bunkers. You are also getting in the tunnels in the bunkers.
Shall I get started? From the Emperor's mouth to my ears, sir.
Sa! Sa! There is work to be done, sa! Yes, that's perfect. Okay.
Thank you, machine spirit, for our safe As you wish, arrival. So shall it be done.
Ah, just listening to the Mechanicus guys is cool. I love it. I will ease the machine's pain. Now that I've talked about the Mechanicus in the grand scheme, taking a closer look at them, they are actually an interesting faction troop-wise as well. You've got your basic tech priests, you've got your Skitari, you've got your, what's the name? Katakan? No, not Katakan. They're a type of... They've got a bunch of cool vehicles, of course, but they've also got, like, these weird bots. Like, they're like machines. They have a very interesting design that are... Castellan mechs. That's the name of it. And then you also have the sort of aligned factions with the Mechanicus, which is the Knights, the Knight Houses, who ride around in these, like, just shy of being Titan classes, but they're still giant mechs that require, like, a certain... I think they require, like, a gene code or something to ride in, which is what ends up giving us these, like, noble houses of knights, knight mechs.
Chimeras are available. Get them out there and give our men something safe to travel in.
It's actually very anime. Like, giant mechs that there are different royal houses that can navigate them. It's very anime in my opinion. What else do I know about the Mechanicus besides Mars? Oh, they might have an ancient god sealed in Mars that might be responsible for their extreme obsession with technology. That's a potential thing. That's a thing somewhere.
We now use those chimeras to transport our troops unharmed past the fire of those enemy turrets.
Moving into position. Following orders. We're under fire! Following orders. We're under fire! We besiege the machine's spirit. Fire! Fire! Open up with everything we've got! Following orders. Following orders. As soon as we besiege the machine's spirit. Moving into position. Get on that floppy laser. Ready to act.
This is the pain. This is the pain.
Awaiting instruction. There's too many of them. Forming up the engine.
If we will not turn on my soul it shall be done.
Guys, come on, pull back. This is gonna cost us a lot of people, but we're gonna do it. I think if we disable this, they should stop shooting?
Victory is assured.
Yes! Thank God. Okay. So good. Okay. If we want to stop them shooting us, we just have to disable it, but if we want to take control of it, we need to,
Where is his
capture
will
it.
needed?
We did it, sir.
I will not fail. You honor me. What is your wish?
Okay. So that destroyed that tower.
Let me.
So that did not go how I wanted it to, but we'll work
I
around
stand
it.
ready to serve the Emperor before my
I don't really have any anti-armor stuff yet. This is why this is kind of annoying me.
What would you have? Cannot withstand us. Let me inspire our men to battle.
Like, I'm stuck with just assaulting this thing manually the old-fashioned way. It's actually kind of frustrating. I need some rocket crews or something. Come on, give these boys something. Like, I have access. You mean to tell me I have access to plasma pistols, which, by the way, Mechanicus are really protective of, but I don't have access to some goddamn rocket pods? That's some BS. Give me some crack grenades or something. Okay, let's reinforce up quickly while we have a chance. We're going to switch to a full diet of grenade launchers. See, these are knobs. These are the biggest orcs around. They are the chosen groups of the war boss themselves. They're basically meant to keep the rest of the orcs in line to stop them from being dumbasses and actually listening to the war boss. While the orcs don't have an overly big understanding of tactics upon most of the time beyond charging, there is still a cause for when to charge and when to make use of your brand new flashy shooters. That's where you get knobs coming in. That's where the knobs make their earn their pay, as it were. Any time when I go quiet when I'm making this, that's when I actually that's when I pretty much will skip, because I know I go quiet sometimes, and it's really it's dumb because I don't want you guys just to be watching the gameplay, because it is an old game, and I understand that from a viewpoint perspective that probably means that it's not always the most interesting, but I try to keep talking about Warhammer 40k stuff, or I can talk about what I'm doing in game. But in game right now, it's actually kind of dry what I'm doing right now, because all I'm doing is playing catch up.
Only the faithful shall win the day. I will not fail.
See, right here we're seeing a bit of the age of the game. I've given the attack order, but only the melee guys are listening, because these three are put on range combat while these guys are put on melee, and that for some reason causes them to act a bit fidgety. But I still want to point out that I'm not just playing this game because it's an old game. I'm playing this game because it's one of the first games I ever got into, and I really do genuinely enjoy playing it. I find it really fun, I find it really enjoyable. Not just from the universal aspects, but from the gameplay aspects too. I do find it enjoyable, and right now I'm really enjoying this level specifically because of the whole trench warfare thing, like the different elevations, like the strategic points, the the gun encampments, the bunkers. I'm really getting that whole trench vibe, which is really cool to see in a 40k universe, because I didn't really see a lot of this vibe when I was
What would you have me
doing the Blood Angels playthrough, so I am having a great time.
On my soul it shall be done.
Gonna go down this land bridge here, because I don't want to go into another trench, because something tells me if I do, I'm gonna get shot to hell.
And understood. Orders received and understood. Orders received and understood. You honor me.
We must retreat and find another way around. The bridge is lost to us.
To be thrown back by this filth. Had we our basilisks ready, we would have taught them a lesson.
Exalted Farseer, the Imperials are mired before the bridge and falter under heavy bombardment. Your orders?
The Imperials test my patience with their incompetence.
Very well.
We will deal with the orcs ourselves, but only because the time grows short. Death is almost upon us.
Whoa! Alright then. Oh, I suspected we would be playing as our Ulthway friends again. Now, I can talk about them. Okay, so I did a little bit of research to catch you up. Okay, so I've talked about the Eldar before in the Blood Angels playthrough. I'll talk about them again now, quickly, just so we're all on the same page while I'm reinforcing them. The Ulthway, though, amongst the Eldar factions, are quite interesting. Specifically because the Ulthway are a lot like the Cadians in the sense that they both live close to a massive amount of chaos energy. They both exist, in the grand scheme of things, proximal to the Eye of Terror, which means, in the grand scheme of things, they both serve a similar purpose to their individual factions. Cadia was literally one of the strongest bastions on the highway to literal hell. The Ulthway craft world were kind of like they were known for their, where are they? Those Banshees, those Dark Reapers. Oh, I don't think we actually have them. That's a shame. The Ulthway's claim to fame amongst the Eldar was their Black Guard, I think they're called, and their Farseers, aka the chick there who's throwing out crazy psychic energy. Being that close to it, of course, causes some issues. That being the fact that they have to deal with a lot more demonic incursions, and they're closer to the proximity of Slaanesh, who, because I've already probably talked about enough for one point, and her favorite beverage, which we're not getting into again, we're not going to go back into that. But enough said about Slaanesh. Is being close to her for the Eldar is a very, very bad idea. So Ulthway is interesting in that regard, because their craft world, which I will remind you is a giant ship that is like continental sized, that the Eldar themselves exist upon and live upon. It's the home of the Eldar, essentially. They are mobile, but I feel like I think, if I remember correctly, they follow routes, like set routes. That's only for the regular Eldar. The Dark Eldar have Komarag, which is their city that I feel like exists in the Webway, which is another pocket dimension that's different from the Warp, that the Dark Eldar have turned into their own personal little slice of hell/heaven. The Dark Eldar are most comparable to Xenobites. Xenobites, you know, from Pinhead, that guy, the ones from Hellraiser. Yeah, Dark Eldar are like Xenobites. That's the best comparison I have for them. They're creepy mother truckers. I'll tell you that. I'm not really the biggest fan. They play like a raiding pirate faction in the universe, but yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the Dark Eldar, simply because they kind of creep me out. Like, they take BDSM a bit too far.
With haste, the orcs are reacting to the explosion. Now is our chance to avoid them.
Okay, see, she said avoid, so we're just gonna run back to base, because I'm now scared. Oh, Killicans! Okay, yeah, no, damn, we do not wanna fight those. That'll end badly for us.
Direct us to the front line.
Well, speaking of Ulthway,
enemy fire.
You didn't. You absolute stupid wench of a woman! Why would you do that? Why would you do that, AI? Why?
Yes, that is the way.
Why are you so stupid?
I knew you would have need of me.
Okay, apparently intelligence did not come pre-installed on my Eldar friends here, so we're just gonna play this a lot more safely. That was... oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, I went quiet there from frustration, excuse me. So, giant continental ship made of a bunch of wraithbone and plasteel, or whatever the hell these lunatic elves build their stuff out of. I'm pretty sure it's mostly wraithbone, to be fair. And psychic crystals. Pardon me. So, they have those giant colossal structures, which is great for them, not great for everyone else, for the simple aspect that the Eldar living close to the warp, not a great idea. They're all very psychically inclined, which means demons probably have a very easy time finding them, and that can really mess them up, because that means they have to deal with a lot of demonic incursions, which is why they have the Webway, which is the pocket dimension that they allow to travel through safely by avoiding the warp, unlike other factions who use the warp to travel. As I said, there's actually so much space in said little pocket dimension that that there's enough space in there for an entire Dark Elf city. So the webway, even though it is considered a pocket dimension, do not be misled, it's actually quite big. Now, while the Ulthway faction does have an increase to their Farseers and stuff because of the psychic presence of the warp that they exist literally next door to, this does have some issues for the Ulthway, for the fact that they actually have a sort of stigma put against them by other Eldar factions due to the fact that, you know, they live next to hell. It's nothing personal, it's just your next door neighbor is literally the eater of souls and the drinker of grape juice, so excuse us if we're not exactly the most comfortable being friends with you. Which sucks, because the Ulthway Command, as I understand it, are actually function like Cadia in a sense. They have the Black Guard, they have their Farseers who specialize in, you know, Farseer things, but for them it has even more purpose, because they do their duty, which is the safeguarding of their craft world, despite its proximity to hell. And, yeah, but due to the fact that they're Eldar, they don't have so much. I doubt they serve such a blockade. See, Cadia serves as a blockade. I doubt the Ulthway serve a similar purpose. Instead, they're probably much more like demon hunters specialists or something. Honestly, this job could have been done by literally just a unit of these guys. A single unit of these, what are they called? Rangers. Rangers with a bunch of these snipers would have been able to do this job. But we can do it the hard way. Damn! This will like it. No, you must just kill. Oh, it didn't go off. I'm an idiot. This was embarrassing. I thought I got that ability off. Turns out, I just shot myself in the foot, quite literally. Just in case somehow they all die, I'm gonna send a Ranger squad in as backup. There we go. That was embarrassing. Oh my god. Leaving that in.
Finally, the basilisks have arrived to reinforce our position. Now we show those orcs the true meaning of firepower.
Here they are. Basilisks. Ah, we're gonna, I don't care if we get shot to high hell. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love these things. I love artillery. Alright. Actually, I had a grandparent who served in a armored division, so... Or was it great-grandparent? Sure, never mind. Let's just see what we get. What is not to love? Okay, for now, that's where we'll focus on Basilisk's attentions, but if we come across an area where we need immediate fire support, we will instantly redirect their attentions to somewhere more profitable. More juicy, a juicier target. Something meaty that we can sink our teeth into. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, okay, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. I'm gonna have some fun with them basilisks when it starts letting me make them. We need chimeras. I think we need at least son of them. Okie dokie. So, that was probably a big cut there because I found out I had to build more of these mechanized command buildings to actually get more chimera tanks because my basilisks rocked up and apparently chose to eat everything. Because they are greedy little monsters, but I love them too much to be angry at them, so that's fine. We also tried using them as a fire tool, but it turns out their accuracy leaves something to be desired. So, for now, they will be used as artillery, as they should have been used in an open field. We also discovered that I missed an area. So we're going to go quickly capture that before we continue to press our assault inwards, but yeah, that was dumb of me. Once again, I'm left desiring that I had a drop jet or some orbital bombardment or even some assault troopers to jump over these areas here so I could capture these points more easily, instead of having to brute force my way through with armor and lives. But it is what it is. Alright, this is probably about to get pretty meaty.
Is that the best you've got?
As soon as we besiege the machine's spirit. Following orders. As soon as we besiege the machine's spirit. Moving into position. We'll be off as soon as the fuel arrives. We'll be off as soon as the fuel arrives.
Taking hits!
Moving into position. It's an honor to serve the Emperor. Orders received and understood. It's an honor to serve the Emperor. Moving into position.
Taking hits!
Orders received and understood. As soon as we besiege the
Sentinels!
machine's spirit.
Fate smiles upon us today, lads. Let's get them repaired and use them to our advantage.
I was really hoping that would... Okay, never mind. That must be the one for that control. Damn. Oh well. We'll capture this point, then we'll capture these sentinels, because something tells me I can make use of them. Because chimeras are useful, so why wouldn't other things be useful?
As you wish,
Get
so
in there.
shall it be done.
We can now construct sentinels. Get some men in those walking tin cans. I need some forward scouts.
A challenge worthy of my...
Get the sentinels to uncapture those strategic points and take power away from those turrets. Now!
Following orders.
Is that the best you've got?
Quick and fast, just the way we like it.
Very nice. Okay. Okay, I feel like we've completely controlled the map now, which leaves just the area between our troops and us. Something tells me we're going to be dealing with another chaos base, because these guys are coming out in waves, which is indicative of how it was happening at the start of the game down here. So we probably have a chaos base to deal with, but I think for now we're done with the orcs, because the Ultway boys took care of it. Which is just fine by me. Now we finally have the target for our basilisks.
Plotting firing solution.
What heroes?
Tremble before my wrath. I will have someone's head for this charges of this.
I just did that for the lols. That was dumb. This is a bit slow for my tastes. We're gonna have to, like I said, they need to give me something. They gotta give me more for my army. Just something to speed up vehicle building destruction, if anything. Because grenades aren't cutting it.
Easy enough.
I shall see to it personally, sir. Again, General Stern. You have my thanks, and the thanks of the Ultramarines.
I am the Emperor's humble servant, but we're not entirely responsible for today's rescue. Someone else is helping us. This is twice that some impassable obstruction miraculously evaporated.
You should trust in the Emperor. He was with us today.
Of that I have no doubt. But still, something else is helping us, and I wish they'd stop. I don't like favors curried in secret. They wilt under the Emperor's light.
Your words are pious. I respect that.
Thank you. I expect war in all things, and I'm rarely disappointed or caught unaware. I'll let my men know that the Imperium's finest extends them their gratitude.
Indeed. The Titan's crew is secure and ready for transport.
Let us leave this place then, and make our return to the outpost. We must get the crew back to the Titan, or all this will have been for naught.
Alrighty, and that's mission 2. A lot of cool stuff there. For example, we just got to watch a, an Ultrasmurf absolutely wallop a Bloodthirster of Khorne. So that was pretty cool. Sorry, that was just really amusing to me. A single chaplain just straight up backhanding a greater demon is just amusing. Also, I just realized that the Ultrasmurf chaplain, he's got it's Sindri's voice actor, the Chaos Sorcerer from the Blood Angel campaign. That's Sindri's voice actor. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that actually. The trench warfare aspect of that was easily the best part. I'm a little bit annoyed that they haven't given me some heavier weapons, mainly because the stronghold parts were rather more lengthy than they need to be. I mean, give me some rocket silos or something. Like, I understand at that point of the game they might make it a bit too easy to get past the turret bots that were meant to work our way around and capture points to neutralize, but yeah, other than that, it was a pretty fun level, I'll admit. I'm actually kind of excited, looking forward to what happens next. We've done capturing a stronghold, we've done some trench warfare. All that's missing is storming a beach and a few other key things, and we'll have a proper good war aesthetic going here, like an actual traditional great war aesthetic, but we'll have to see what happens next time. For now, I've been Deck Druid. Thank you all very much watching, and until next time, goodbye.